right? Well, let me give you a quick visual SparkNote edition of my IUL policy. Now, I'm only doing this just to further everybody's understanding. There's not a lot of real case studies out there showing y'all, how real it is. So, you're not gonna see a bunch of big numbers or nothing like that. I'm an average Joe, so you're gonna see average numbers of me building wealth and building my own bank. Remember, this is SparkNote, so I'm gonna breeze through this. I'm only gonna point out like 3 or 4 things, and I'm gonna move on. But if you see anything that looks sketchy or off, you got questions, you can always hit me. All right, so I'm gonna start off with my death benefit up at the top. If you can't see it, it's probably at the bottom, but you'll see it at $175,000. It's set low because the point of a maxed out IUL is you want to start with the least amount of death benefit as possible, because that reflects you paying for the least amount of life insurance involved in this policy. And you want majority of your money that you're paying into this to go towards the cash value, which is linked to index funds. But if you're wondering why that first column going left to right, where it shows 11,000 reads 11K, it's only because at the start of this policy, I had 5,000 laying around, not doing anything. So I wanted to start my IUL with that. So I started it with 5,000. Then you take my $500 a month, which is 6,000 a year. That's going to give you the 11K at the end of my first year. All right. So with that being said, I'm bringing y'all to the far right side of my policy. I wanted to show y'all the last box where it shows the index credit set at 6% and my cash value, or the account value. Now, the index credit showing 6% is reflecting the interest my money's growing at. And because it's an illustration, it's just showing 6%. But like I told you before, IULs grow your money between 5 and 12%. So just imagine if it's growing higher than 6% a year. And when you look at my account value, if you remember, I put in $11,000 my first year. Now it's reading $9,973. And I got 2 features I can do with that at the end of the term. You know what I'm saying? So I bought this policy in April 2025. When April comes around next year, I have access to that money. And I have 2 ways to access that money. Now, this is where that be your own bank concept comes in at, because that second option is borrowing against your cash value. What does that mean? Imagine that account value that you've accrued was now a credit line. So you're able to borrow against it while your money's still growing at the same time. Now, let's just say with that credit line, you purchased another asset that created you another stream of income.